How many of you are familiar with this stuff? Look. Okay, so this is something else that I'm using for the insulation. I'll show you, hang on, let me just show you, give you a closer look. So I've been, you can see up at the ceiling here, it looks like, it looks a little bit like the, you know, those caves. We have the, are they stalactites hanging down? They look up here, so I've used it in all the spaces which are difficult to get into, and it is expanding foam. You get it in a can and you spray it in and it expands, and it is mad how much it expands. And then you leave it to dry so it becomes kind of solid like this, and then you come out and you clean up your mess, which is basically what I'm out here to do at the moment. Now, if you're doing a van build yourself, you will undoubtedly be familiar with this stuff. And you know, it's really got me thinking, all the things that I'm using to insulate this van to help keep me warm, all the materials that I'm using are really bloody bad for the environment. Like this stuff, I mean, this is the stuff that really got me thinking about it. That and the board insulation stuff as well. There that I've been using. Kingspan is one of the makes. There are others. This stuff is never going away, you know. This stuff does not disintegrate. This spray foam stuff, when you spray it, releases crap into the air as well. I mean, yeah, it's just not good. And I'm using it because, I mean, there are alternatives, but to be quite honest, they're expensive. I could use sheep's wool. That would be ideal because it also absorbs moisture. So you don't have to worry about moisture causing damp problems and then causing mold and things in your walls. But it's expensive, you know. I'm on a real big budget. I can't afford it, and these materials are a lot cheaper and they're effective. And do you know what? I'm aware that I'm using them, but you all have them in your houses as well. Your houses are all insulated with this stuff, so whether you put it in or not, you are benefiting from these kinds of materials. And it's just got me thinking about non-harming, which is the foundation of living a yogic life. That is the basis, the foundation of the ethical guidelines. Non-harming, it runs throughout Indian thought, and you'll be aware of it from Gandhi and his approach to Indian independence. And you know, on lots of levels it's about not harming other people, being kind to other people, to animals, being conscious of your behaviour and the harm that it can cause. But I was thinking about the fact that it's not actually possible to truly live a life without causing harm in our modern society. Unless you go to live off-grid and live completely in tune with the land, not taking anything in the terms of modern technology, then I don't see how it's possible to live without harm. I mean, the camera that I'm using to film this, is the battery in it is made with cobalt, which is mined very unethically, most likely, in Africa. We are basically raping the land for cobalt because we're using it so much in our phones, cameras. The lithium battery for this camper, which I'm going out to buy today. It's, you know, the way that we, sorry, car's going past. The way that we are exploiting people in the process of that mining is also completely unethical. So whether you see it or not in your everyday life, you are causing harm. Now, I'm not one for saying we should go back. I don't think it's possible to go back and live as simply as we did before these technological advances became possible. And I think that we could drive ourselves crazy by thinking about these things all the time. But I think it's really important to be conscious of them and to do the best that we can, given our situation. So, although I'm using these materials, I'm very conscious of the fact that I am doing so, and in many other ways I'm trying to offset the harm that I'm causing to this planet and in the lives of people I don't even know. I will be running off solar. I will still be using diesel, but I will be leading a life that is much closer to our natural world, despite the fact that I'm in a very unnatural vehicle. I'll be living a lot closer to the natural world when I'm living in this van. So yeah, just let me know, what do you think? Like, how do you try to cause the least harm in the way that you live? And do you think about it? Is it something that you think about a lot, or something that you kind of ignore because it's not, you know, the effects of your actions are not directly affecting your life? You're not able to see the harm that is caused by the products that you buy and the way that we live. Let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to think about, like, how can we lead a life which does align as much as possible with ahimsa, which is non-harming. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think.